Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And God, from the New King James Version, and God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved or graven image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. As far as I'm going today, I want to talk to you a few minutes on the subject, God's instructions for better living, part 1. God's instructions for better living, part 1. God's instructions for better living, part 1. Let me begin by saying that most of us would refer to what I'm about to preach in this series as the 10 Commandments. But I share with you that no Jewish scholar would look at what we call the 10 Commandments and call them God's 10 Commandments. They would refer to them as God's instructions, as God's foundational moral laws which God gave unto Moses on Mount Sinai. Now, how many of y'all remember Moses said to the people, I'm going up, talk with the Lord. I'll be back. You know how we are. We are so impatient. We want God to hook us up right now. Do it quickly. We want microwave religion. You got it. No time to peel and boil potatoes. Let me see if I can find some instance real quick. Help me somebody. No time to cut the corn off the cob and fry corn. Make some cream style corn. Let me get it in the can. Just pour it out, heat it up, call it a day. So Moses was gone. Too long for the folks. You remember what happened when God is talking to Moses up on Mount Sinai, handing out God's instructions, and folk got impatient. Said, you know what? Said, look like Moses not coming back, so we need to make us a God for ourselves. Listen, sometimes, let's admit this, y'all, before we go too far. Sometimes when it look like God is not showing up when we want God to show up, when we misunderstand what the old folks used to say when he said, he may not come when you want him, but he's right on time. When we misunderstand that my right on time was yesterday and here it is today and God still has not come, we decide that, you know what, I better see if I can fix this thing up myself. How many of y'all remember Abraham and Sarah? God said, listen, I got something for you. Abraham and Sarah said, I got a son I'm going to give you. He said, if you hold on and hold out, I got a son. And as it would be, Sarah said, but wait a minute, the years have gone by. Not just a few days, Not a few weeks, a few months, but here I am, pushing 90 years old. My childbearing years are done, and old Abraham is, all he can do now is sit up on the couch and punch the button on the remote control, because he's almost 100 years old. But maybe he's got at least one more left in him. Say, I tell you what, Abraham, since God has not shown up, I tell you what, you go and hook up with the servant girl, and maybe she can give you a son. And you know what happened? The son is born, and God says, Sarah, you weren't listening. Did I not tell you that I was going to give you a son? And she says, in my old age? He said, yes, in your old age. And Sarah laughed, and God said, oh, you thought I didn't hear you. You laughed at me, didn't you? No, I didn't. He said, yes, you did. You laughed at me. If I had time, I'd tell somebody that when you wait on the Lord, he'll make you laugh. Now, God says, now Moses, I'm getting ready to deliver you all from out of the hand of your captors. Said, but now, before you go into a promised land, let me say it like this. Before you can get your new blessings, I got something I want to teach you. Because if I don't teach you this, you won't be ready for what I'm going to give you when you get to the new land. Sometimes we're asking God to hit me up now. And we are, that's it, we're not ready for it. Come on, Lord. I've heard folks say, fill my church up. And as fast as God sent them in the front door, somebody whispered in their ear and sent them out the back door. But they tell me, why we're not growing. I wish I had a witness in here today. God said, now before you go over there, let me give you some instructions. Now, so preacher, what's your first point? The first point is, before the instructions, God gave them a preamble to the instructions. You'll write that down. There's a preamble to the instructions. You remember preamble to the Constitution? Before you read the Constitution of the United States of America, you read the preamble. I ain't got time to go through the preamble. You read the preamble to the Constitution and refresh your memory when you get home. But let me read God's preamble to the instructions. And you could label this here, don't flunk the remembrance test. Before you go over, don't flunk the remembrance test. This is the preamble to the instructions. Remember, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Before you go any further, remember. I wish I had a witness in here. Nothing troubles me more than folks, particularly of a darker hue, who want to declare that I pulled myself up by my own bootstraps. Somebody help me understand how you do that when somebody snatched away the boot and put the strap around your neck and hung you from trees and oh, help me somebody. God rest the soul of the late Benjamin Hope Sr. But I remember when he and his wife were basically the hosts of Sister Shears and I, as we went on our first cruise. They had gone on cruise after cruise after cruise. Their middle name was Cruz. And we took the southern cruise in the Caribbean, or maybe you call it the Caribbean. And we went to the island of Barbados. And Brother Ben said, preacher, I don't do those paid for tours because I know what that is. That's the other folks still making money off of you as they take you where they want you to go. He says, I always find a brother from the hood who's driving a cab and tell him to take me to those special places. So you remember, Sister Sheila, we found a brother driving a cab. And he took us up a mountain, one side, and then down the mountain to the other side, till we were looking out across the vast waters where our ancestors were brought from the western shores of Africa. He said, if you can use your imagination and just think thousands of miles away, this is the place where your ancestors were brought in the belly of a ship, chained and locked down. This was the first stop. And y'all know what? I didn't bow down on my own. The God of my ancestors pushed me down into the sand and would not let me get up, just pushed me down while tears flowed, and I prayed, thank you for preserving some matriarch or some patriarch so that now I could stand and kneel in this place. Remember, I am the Lord your God who brought you. Some of us are sitting here thinking that you came from Mississippi, Alabama. You say, you know, I'm going to my family reunion back in Louisiana, down in Texas, Florida, Florida. Yeah, but long before Mississippi, long before Alabama, long before all of those southern states, long before all of those plantations, long before the diaspora in the Caribbean, remember, I am the Lord thy God who preserved you through the Middle Passage. I am the Lord your God who allowed you to be stolen and yet not broken. I am the Lord your God who brought you through from Kroger sacks to silk. I am the Lord your God who brought you from mules to Mercedes. I am the Lord your God who brought you from shanties and shacks to 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms and a 2-car garage. Before you get to the instructions, don't flunk the remembrance test. Too many of us nowadays, you heard me say it before, got a key to the executive bathroom. We think we arrived there on our own. Too many of us have decided that we will not vote because our vote doesn't mean anything. Now we're trying to figure out when is the next election because I definitely need to vote. God has a way. God has a way of reminding us. You got to remember, I am the Lord thy God who allowed doors to be kicked in that you may go to universities. I am the Lord your God that allowed heads to be blooded on the Edmund Pettus Bridge that you might have a right to vote. I am the Lord your God. Remember, don't forget, whatever you do, he's saying, don't forget. Before you go on your knees asking me to give you, remember. Before you start talking about, Lord, fill my flat with my MasterCard. Ask me to fill your heart with Master Christ. Remember. Remember. Now that's the preamble to the instructions. Remember. Don't flunk the remembrance test. Now can we get on to the first instruction? First instruction. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Could we just call this instruction no little G's before big G? No little G's before big G. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Notice the operative word, shall. Shall is an imperative admonition. Shall does not leave any wiggle room. Shall indicates a mandatory provision. Shall does not offer any alternative. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Shall not is different from perhaps not. Thou shalt not is different from may not or ought not or consider not having any other gods before me. Also notice in your reading that gods is spelled with a small g. G, small G-O-D-S. In other words, big G, God, knows that there will always be these little G's in our lives which we want to love more than we love big G. Come on, somebody. Allow me to help us real quickly as we seek to determine if we have any little G's that come before our big G's. A little G is any person, place, or thing which we excessively value or honor more than big G. Could I put it another way? Is there anything or anyone who is more important to you than big G? If so, then you have some small G's that you are worshiping. Could I put it another way? Whenever any creation gets more attention than the creator, then that creation has become your small G. As much as we love our children, our spouses, our families, our friends, none of them should be more important to us than big G. Yeah, I wish I had written. Oh, I know. We love to see them grandbabies running around the house. Them great grandbabies. Great grandbabies. But whatever you do, don't ever put them on a pedestal that equals where God sits in your life. Help me, somebody. I think I told y'all before that God had to warn me. God had to remind me. Don't you ever tell me to take care of any of your children until you get there. I'll wait until you get there and still snatch them from your arm because they belong to me and you belong to me. Don't you ever put your children before me. Book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes in Hebrew means kohele, which is similar to the English word preacher. So you may hear some people refer to the book of Ecclesiastes as the book of the preacher. When you read the so-called book of the preacher, It seems like life is so meaningless. All of these things that we have, all of these things that we have accumulated, all of these things that we brag about. Oh, you ought to read Ecclesiastes in your spare time again. It seems like life is so unimportant. Oh, have mercy. Throughout the book, you hear all of this stuff of life is vanity and vexation. This which you put your hope in turns out to be hopeless. That which you thought would gain you popularity, fame, and fortune is but a fleeting moment. But today is here and gone tomorrow. And just about the time you're ready to give up on life by looking at what he has to say in Ecclesiastes, and you're ready to cry out, well, what is the use? And what am I here for? And the old preacher or Ecclesiastes says, hold on. Here is the conclusion of the whole matter. When all of life has been heard and experienced, the meaning of life can be summed up in these few words. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of humanity, and this will be how you will be judged. And Jesus puts it on this way. Seek God first. Seek God's kingdom first. Seek God's righteousness. Righteousness is another word for rightness. Seek how God is right first before anything else. Seek God first, not the children, not the spouse, not the boo, not you. Seek God first, not the cell phone, not the tablet, not the internet. Seek God first, not the car, not the truck, not the limo, not the house, not the dog, not the cat, nor the rat. Seek God first. Why am I up here preaching this all by myself? Come on and help me name some of that stuff. It'll be helpful to your soul. Let us name some of them little gods. Lavish vacation. Come on, help me name some of them little gods. Food. Come on, name it. Drinks. Parties. Clothes. Money. Stocks. Bonds. Bank accounts. Come on, keep on naming. Yeah. You know, like Mother 39 used to say, you know. Now watch this. The so-called Christian nationalists, and I told you before, there's no such thing as a Christian nationalist. If anybody calls themselves a child of God and all they can think about is their nation, America first, then you don't understand who God is. I've been saying it lately and I'm going to keep saying it again. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Come on, y'all. So the so-called Christian nationalists now are passing laws in certain states demanding that the Ten Commandments be posted and taught in public schools. But you never hear them say, let's post what Jesus had to say about feeding the hungry and clothing the naked and how to treat the foreigners and how rich folks put their riches on earth ahead of their relationship with God in heaven. They don't talk about that. Now come on and say this with me. Nothing between my soul and my Christ. Nothing between and my Christ. Absolutely nothing, 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 nothing. Don't let nothing separate you. Nothing. Could I give you the whole refrain? Nothing between my soul and the Savior, so that his blessed face may be seen. Nothing preventing the least of his favor. Keep the way clear. Let nothing come between my soul and my Savior. I got to get on to the second instruction, and then I'm going to quit. Second instruction. You shall not, I'm sorry, moving too fast. You shall have no other gods before me. Now let me get on to the second. You shall not make for yourself a graven or carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. Could I give you this second instruction and just call it, keep the images to yourself? God said, don't make any images and start worshiping images. Keep your images to yourself. I don't care if you think you might know what I look like. Keep it to yourself. Don't be drawing no images. Do you know what messes the world up? Everybody got an image. Y'all ain't gonna like me in a minute. During the slave era, in the enslavement era in this nation, if I'm going to convince you that slaves are supposed to be obedient to their master, then I must make sure that the slaves see the master as a white European. Help me, somebody. You ain't gonna like me in a minute. Come on now. Y'all done got quiet on me. You heard me ask this question. Because sometimes in order to deal with truth, you got to just go through a simple matter of reasonable deduction. How do you take a dark-skinned Palestinian Jew, born in Bethlehem of Judea, and turn him into a white European? I know you got your Michelangelo paintings of Jesus. You got some of them with Jesus standing and knocking at the door, you know. And I got in the biggest trouble of my life when I was wearing my afro. Went back home from Chicago showing off my afro. There I was sitting up in Peters Rock AME Church. And one of the good church members said, "Boy, what you doing with all that hair on your head?" I used to be the superintendent of Sunday school there. I thought maybe I knew a little something, you understand. So I said, well, if you look at the picture of Jesus, y'all got this Jesus with all of them flowing hair and grinning. Boy, you done got right impotent. I've many of y'all remember that word hypnotized? I ain't figured out what it was yet. But they were setting me straight. Like, no, the bottom line is that we can worship a Jesus with long hair, but you better not have no long hair. Help me somebody. But God says, keep your images to yourself. You see, why would God say keep your images to yourself? Why would God say don't make any graven images, any likeness to me? See, because they were coming from a land where there were a whole bunch of false gods. There were a whole bunch. The Pharaohs had a whole bunch of false gods. Yeah. There's a god of fertility. You ain't having no children, you need to go visit the god of fertility. Or maybe your crops are not growing, you visit the god of fertility. They had all kind of gods. I know ain't nobody in here that still running to the horoscope. Let me see what my horoscope has to say. Some of us used to read Ann Landers daily. I got to see what Ann Landers said. Then she died, and then they had somebody else. Help me. I had an uncle. He used to run down south. Tell me, I need to go down in Louisiana to get me a hand. I say, a hand? What's a hand? I want to get a special hand so he could do certain things. He had gotten old. Certain things he couldn't do like he used to do. But he figured if I go to Louisiana, I get me a hand. And my wife gonna say, woo. Help me somebody. I know. You don't, see, the question is, when you get ready to pray, who do you see? What do you see when you pray? I'm going to help somebody in a minute. If when you go down on your knees to pray, and somebody been oppressing you all of your life, somebody been calling you boy, girl, coon, N-word, all of your life, and they're your image. Imagine then you're praying to the same person who think you're about nothing, ain't gonna be nothing. Who think they are superior and that you are inferior. Whoa! I like when Jesus met the woman at the well. Said, baby, how are you worshiping God? Well, we go up on the mountain. Sometimes we come down here to the well. Jesus get to talking to her and she want to know, are you greater than Jacob? Are you greater than this? Are you more than this well? Are you greater than these places where we've been worshiping? And Jesus said, listen, sister, the time is coming. No, now is the time. When you will no longer be worshiping images and places, because I'm fixing to move the worship place. I'm fixing to move all of the images. No longer shall you worship up here on the mountain or down there in the valley. No longer will you worship a place like the temple, because I'm moving the temple. I'm finding a new home for the temple. The temple shall reside in you. Can I get a witness? Hey, hey, hey. As a man thinketh, so is he. I'm going to put the temple up here in your heart. So no longer do you have to worship some graven image, somebody else's likeness. Next time you want to know what God looks like, get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and see who's looking back at you. Hey! And no image. We might as well stop trying to draw God. Stop trying to paint God. Every time I think about it, how do you paint I am? God met Moses said, hey, excuse me, can you tell me something about you? Can you tell me your name? Give me some kind of clue. God says, I am that I am. Woo. Can you imagine trying to paint I am that I am? God can show up in so many ways that whatever we have would not do justice to painting an image of God. Let me see if I can help you. Moses saw God as a burning bush which could not burn itself up. Paint that. Put that on a canvas. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego saw God as a consuming fire which ate up the fire which was meant to burn them up. Make an image of that. Ezekiel saw God as a wheel in the middle of another wheel. One wheel for faith, the other wheel for grace. And yet, you cannot define God with just two wheels. Because Daniel said, I saw him as a lion tamer, rescuing me from hungry lions. And by the time you get ready to paint that, the Hebrew Israelites said, wait up, that's not a good image, because we saw him leading us through the desert as a translucent shining in the clouds by day and a pillar of fire in the sky by night. Well, go ahead and paint that. David said, but hold up, that's not a good picture, because I saw him as a comforting shepherd leading me with a rod and a staff. Jeremiah would say, but hold up, that's not a good picture, because I saw him as a battle axe. Job would say, but wait a minute, don't paint him yet, Jeremiah, because I saw him like a horse pouring in the valley. John in Revelation would say, don't paint him yet, because I saw him as a bright and morning star. And by the time you get ready try to paint a bright morning star. John said, wait. I saw something else. I saw him as the only street light that was needed to light up all of heaven. But then John, the gospel writer, said, don't none of y'all paint nothing. Because I saw him as the word of God, born in the flesh. Now run and paint that. But Hosea said, wait up. Don't paint him yet. Because I saw him as a faithful husband who married a whore. And every time she left him for another man, he went out and paid the price to bring her back home. Now put a brush and some paint to that. But before you paint, it's dry. Try this one. Abraham said, I saw him as Melchizedek. Don't ask me to explain it. He said he just showed up in the midst of my battle. Where did he come from, Abraham? Abraham said he was not born of a woman. He just walked up in my life and then walked right back out. Phew, Lord. Jacob would say, but Abraham, oh, my grandfather, before you paint him like that, I couldn't even see him. But he showed up, and I wrestled with him all night long. Granddaddy, tell me this. How do you paint the God who messes with your mind all night long about your sins, your faults, and your failures? Well, I could go on and on. That's what they said. Let me tell you about me. I wish somebody could show me how to paint a God who can put you in a raggedy car and the gas hand on empty and take you from 101st and Cottage Grove to seminary in Evanston, and then won't let you borrow any money, but tell you to get in your car and watch me take you back home. Somebody paint this God who can put you on Lakeshore Drive and tell you, now take your foot off of the accelerator and watch me as I assign a tailwind and push this raggedy car down Lakeshore Drive all the way home. Somebody paint that for me. I do not know how to paint a picture of the God who can touch 8.142 billion people morning by morning and say, wake up. I cannot come up with an image of the God who can just speak, Mother Gloria, and 8 planets show up in the universe and start turning in interplanetary progression. One turning this way and the other one turning that way without ever bumping into one another. I cannot paint an image of the God who can juggle between 100 and 400 billion stars in his hand while still holding a moon in one hand and the sun in the other hand. I cannot paint the picture of a God who can hold a moon in his hand that reaches a scorching temperature of 250 degrees during the daytime, but reaches a cold temperature of minus 208 to 410 degrees Fahrenheit in nighttime. And never once does I hear God saying, ouch, this thing is too hot. Never once have I heard God saying, ooh, this moon is too cold. I gotta go here. I'm just gonna do like Jesus said to the woman at the well. The time is coming, and the time is now, when you will not worship God on a mountain, draw his picture, or worship him at a well. But, ooh, Lord, you will worship God in spirit and in truth. So, can I get a witness? What he's saying is, all of the images on the outside are lies. Spirit within is God's truth. Can I get a witness? Look around you, yes. Lift up your eyes unto the hills, yes. And see the grandeur of the Lord. See all of his mighty works. Yes. But about the best we can say is, oh Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all thou this world thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder. Last night, did you hear it? I heard the rolling thunder. God's power throughout the universe displayed. And I didn't get up this morning trying to write an image. I didn't get up this morning trying to draw a picture. The only thing that happened to me this morning, I got up this morning and my soul began to sing. Then sings my soul, my Savior, God, to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art, greater than my thoughts, how great thou art, greater than my ways, how great thou art, greater than my imagination, how great thou art, greater than all pictures, how great thou art. Hey, 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 how great thou art. Ain't he all right? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. The door of the church is open.